Welcome back, everyone. We're picking right up where we left off in our last episode, where Amy and I were exploring what we believe to be the 10 dimensions of wealth and how we want business owners to think about sustainable growth, amplifying their purpose, and creating a lasting legacy. Last time we covered the first three dimensions, and today we're going to dive into the remaining seven. If you're looking for deeper, more meaningful ways to measure your success, then this episode is for you. Amy, let's jump in. Welcome to the Grow Your Business for Good show. This is a place where coaches and consultants gather so you can learn how to lead a world-class business that does not tax your time, your energy, or your financial resources. We are your hosts, Shannon Hernandez
and Amy Hager of the Joyful Business Revolution. And our number one goal is to bring you clarity and insight on how to grow your business for good. All right. Well, I'm so glad you tuned back in for part 2 of this episode. But before we get too far, can we quickly recap the first 3 dimensions of wealth before we get into the final 7, Shannon?
Absolutely. And it's a quick recap, y'all, because we got a lot to cover today. You can go back to episode 4, where we defined in depth the first 3 dimensions of wealth: financial wealth, time wealth, and health wealth. So, Amy, what's our 4th dimension of wealth that we're really helping ourselves and our clients see a bigger scope of their business and their impact?
Yes, and this is one of my favorites. It's the relationship wealth. And so building trust with clients really starts with transparency and active listening before they even become your clients. And I always say a sales call needs to actually be a sales conversation. You are never pitching at someone, because when you're pitching, you're not listening. So when you are seeking other situations like collaboration opportunities that can really strengthen business relationships and open doors of shared success, that is also relationship wealth. So you're building relationship with prospect clients, you're building relationship with collaborations, and you want to make sure that the building of these relationships are really authentic connections. And authentic connections go outside of your business and really also internally. So you got clients, you got team members, you got partners. So you want to be creating trust and collaboration that really fuels that long-term success with your relationship wealth.
Yeah, and for those of you that have been listening, you know we're moving from a quarterly model to a seasonal model of talking about business. This would really be like planting seeds all year long, right? Mm-hmm. Your relationships take time. You're going to nurture them. You're going to water them. You're going to weed the soil. You're going to make the soil fertile. I think Amy and I excel at relationship wealth, and it's why we have the business we have and why we're so aligned to be able to work together, as partners here at Joyful Business Revolution. And I think if you can pick any of these that you would want to have ripple effects into the other areas, it would be, let's double down with your relationship wealth, because it is indispensable and it will open doors that you never thought possible. All right, we're going to go on to number 5, which is impact wealth. This is one of my favorites to talk about. And just a quick story. When I used to listen to the bro marketers, I only measured impact in terms of money. Money. All right. And it is the fastest way to spin you out of your most joyful zone of impact. All right. So we've really looked at other ways to track our impact using metrics like community engagement, environmental initiatives, assessing the progress of a project over time. How is it working? How many people are we reaching? Right? How many people are being introduced to us, and vice versa. You can also consider things like how you can donate to causes that align with your brand values. and how you can strengthen your mission and inspire loyalty from your audience. This is where you get to measure your contributions to your community and to the planet outside of revenue. And
Mhm.
I wish, Amy, I really wish some brilliant business coach in the past 13 years would have presented this to me, because I think it would have changed a lot of heartache and pain that I
Right.
went through by just measuring impact with revenue.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I think this next one is very much so tied to this, which is personal fulfillment wealth. And so it's really about aligning your business with your purpose. And a lot of times when I speak with our clients, and especially, coaches, consultants, you're in the service-based industry, that personal fulfillment of helping someone is wealth right there. And so I think that's the easy one. But when you can take that step back and reflect and identify your core passions that guide your key business decisions, that ensure your efforts are really remaining meaningful and aligned with your values, I think that is going to really dig a level deeper. It's not just I'm fulfilled by helping others. What is it that fulfills within your heart? And so, to start practicing this, think about celebrating those small wins along the way that really foster a sense of fulfillment within your heart, that are things that are tied more directly to you and not necessarily the fulfillment that your clients are having. That's going to really keep you motivated through the long haul of maybe there's a dry spell when you don't have any clients to serve. What is going to be that personal fulfillment within your business? So you want to make sure that it's meaningful, that it energizes you, and it can help you then inspire others.
I love that. And also, y'all, this is a call again for passion projects and hobbies,
Yes.
right? Maria and I had coffee this morning. I just got in from Miami late last night. Um, and she said, I'm doing this February song challenge. I did it a year ago and it was really good. I create a song every 2 days. You end with 14 songs. And I said, you know what? I'm getting back into my art journal. I've been really busy with a lot of other things, family things with my mom,
Yeah.
travel, etc. And so my art journal is out and it's waiting for me to be done today. So, y'all, personal fulfillment comes from your hobbies and your passion projects. Please go get some if you don't
Yes.
have them. All right. Okay, let's talk about your legacy. Legacy wealth is the next one. And interestingly enough, Amy, Alan, and I had dinner Monday night at the restaurant where we're going to be hosting the pre event mastermind dinner kickoff to content creation on location.
Yeah.
And we sat down and talked with one of the managers, and it was so crazy. I don't know if this came through probably very well in the video that I sent you, but you walk up the back stairs, and the first thing you enter is like an old Mexican candy shop.
Oh,
And the shelves are lined with Mexican candies, pinatas hanging from the ceilings. And
yeah.
pre COVID, this was a shop that was open that people knew existed at the top of this restaurant. And the kids would come in and the families would come in and they would get their treats and stuff and go on their way. Now it's more of the legacy of what this used to look like, right? If you stepped into Mexico into a candy shop.
Hmm.
And so Alan and I were talking about legacy, and we actually decided on legacy as our topic for our mastermind dinner. And
Hmm.
we had such a nice conversation, and we were really asking each other some questions about what is the impact that's going to live on, not just when we die. Y'all, this isn't about dying. All right. But what's the impact that's going to live on when you stop doing this line of work, or when you stop showing up in those kinds of spaces, right? What will the future generations and the people say about you and your work, even if you, as my father would say, switch horses in the middle of a stream and decide to do something different, right? So one of the things I want everyone to think about as you're listening right now, this is a beautiful question. All right. In what ways can your work, skills, or contributions have a lasting positive effect beyond your lifetime?
Mm.
And sometimes I think people get really freaked out about legacy because one, they relate it to death, which totally get, right? But if we can really ground into this impact, right? The one I highlighted before Amy's personal fulfillment was the impact wealth. Impact and legacy, I think, go so closely together,
Yeah.
right? So, what are your skills that are going to live on? How are you leaving the spaces that you're showing up in a better place than when you arrived? You can think about your systems in your business, your values, the contributions that you're leaving behind that people are going to remember you for. And I'm excited that we decided on that as our topic in Miami.
I love that topic. And I think for some people, sometimes legacy comes very easily. And for other people, it is that challenge. It's a mindset thing that we have to kind of think through. So I love that legacy wealth was, or legacy is going to be a focus of our next connection table. Moving on to knowledge wealth. This is all about continuous learning. And I feel like the term lifelong learner comes up a lot in conversations when I'm having with people. And so the continuous learning through courses that really help you stay ahead in your craft or in your field, but also that help you adapt to changing circumstances. You know, learning from, if you never have owned a business before, don't make yourself wrong. Learn from business coaches, learn from marketing coaches. And so I think by really expanding your skill set, staying curious, and really fostering innovation and resilience, it's going to help you, especially in that rapidly changing marketplace. And Shannon and I both believe in this brand that we have to continue to learn. And our learning styles and learning environments that we jump into sometimes are very similar. Right now, we're doing a Dare to Lead certification together, and sometimes they're super duper different. I went to a workforce summit the other week. Shannon is diving into another training, and I cannot think of what the name is right now, but you really want to think through what learning opportunities are going to light you up and help you continue in the path that you're currently going down, but what also might push you beyond your boundaries and expand your thinking a little bit.
Yeah. Amy's referring to the equity centered coaching.
It is, yes. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And it goes right into the next one, which is community wealth. But I recently read a book by Trudy LeBron called Your Anti-Racist Business. And we're looking at all the aspects of our business. Are they equitable? Are they just for all kinds of people? And that led me to Trudy LeBron's community around equity centered coaching. And
Mhm.
so community wealth is the ninth type of wealth, where this really focuses on building strong networks and promoting shared success. All right.
Mm.
I'm going to give some great examples here because I think, in terms of what we just said, relationship is number one. I think if you also dove into community as your number two focus, you would have a completely different business by the end of 6 months from listening to this. All right. So, community wealth is all about building local partnerships, creating a foundation of trust and mutual support within your community. It can be online community, it can be in-person community. It could be collaborations with people that you love. So, you're bringing communities together.
Mhm.
You can be working on shared growth, exchanging ideas on a global scale to open up your mind of what's possible. And what you really want to do when you focus on relationship wealth and community wealth, in my eyes, is think about the win, win, win. What do you want? What would be a win for you? What does the other person want, the collaborator? What would be a win for them? And then what is a win for the combined communities? Because I think if you go into it in a holistic way and you're intentional about a three-way win, you don't get that wonky energy that many of us feel a lot of times is like, you're the one who's doing all the things, or they're the one who's like doing it all and you feel guilty because you're not doing enough, or whatever those things are that come up. So very practically, if you're on our newsletter, every Thursday I send out a newsletter, and it has a little message from me at the top, and then it has resources, trusted resources, to help you grow your business. And I am actively reaching out to people and saying, hey, give me a blurb. I want to feature your business, right? I want to feature what's going on in your world, what your new book is about, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
But that trust goes a long way with people. And I could get real salty here for a moment, and I think I will. It would be nice if that was reciprocated more often than it is.
Yeah.
And I don't do it for reciprocation, right? But there's always that two sides of the coin. You do what you do because it's a value, and most people are not relationship and community driven. And Amy has to remind me of this a lot when I get salty, and I'm like, why are these assholes reaching back out and asking me to do something? I mean, we're keeping it real here.
The only way we keep it is real. Well, and I think the other thing too is like actually having that conversation. And when Shannon does get salty, that's the thing that I always remind her. Have you had the win-win-win conversation? And I've been partnering with someone to host connection tables in the DC area, and we've done two of them. We've had a blast, but we've never actually sat down to have that win-win-win combo. And so it's something that's on our calendars for this month as we look forward to the upcoming year of hosting more connection tables together. And so I'm super duper curious. And I haven't had to think of anything salty about the situation because we've done such a good job of dividing the duties and sharing the load. But I think it really is, you have to pause and have that purposeful conversation and really talk through what is the win-win-win for the both of you. All right, so are you ready for the final of the 10 dimensions of wealth? Yay, here we are. It is creative wealth. And this one is really about giving yourself the freedom to explore and innovate. So you want to schedule unstructured. I know it sounds weird to schedule something that's unstructured, but schedule unstructured creative time. That way you're feeling your innovation. It's allowing you to really think outside the box, discover new opportunities, and experiment with new ideas, even if they fail. That can really spark growth and keep your business dynamic. And, I get so many people that are just, oh, I don't know if we roll this out, what happens if it fails? I don't know. We'll figure it out when it fails, if it fails. So you really want to give yourself that chance of being in that creative wealth space to spark growth, keep your business dynamic, keep it adaptable, and keep it fun. Remember, being creative can be fun. You don't have to be artistic. You don't have to be whatever the label is that you think you're not. You all can be creative. So embrace that creative wealth within you.
I love it. All right, so y'all, we want you putting what we're talking about in action. It's one thing to listen to us through your computer in your AirPods or whatever the hell those things are I don't wear. And it's another to actually like put it into action, right? That's what we're about here at Joyful Business Revolution. So, first, an interactive exercise. Now that we've explored all 10 dimensions of wealth, I want you to take a pause and assess your current wealth across the areas. Where are you thriving? Where do you see opportunities for growth? In fact, grab a piece of paper, write the 10 dimensions of wealth on the paper, and rank yourself 1, not wealthy, 10, super wealthy for each dimension. This is a starting point. Don't judge yourself. Don't create stories about it. It's just going to help you prioritize where to focus next your energy in your business. Okay. Once you've assessed your wealth, it's time to integrate these dimensions into your business strategy. This is where we're going to start setting goals for the areas where you want to grow. For example, if you're lacking in time wealth, maybe you gave it a 2 out of 10. Consider what it would be like to automate repetitive tasks or delegate out to a teammate,
Yeah.
right? So the first is an awareness of where you are on a scale of 1 to 10. And the second is, how are we going to address this in your business strategy, right? So, Amy, what's some of the ways that can really help them track their progress?
Yeah, so I love tools like a dashboard or a scorecard, maybe in an Excel spreadsheet. One of our clients is using a simple Excel spreadsheet to really track their impact across these 10 different dimensions. And what you focus on grows because they are aware they saw a significant improvement in both their financial and their non-financial wealth. So make it simple for you to track your progress. And so if you are techie and you love those dashboards, great. If you're more into the Excel spreadsheets or Word documents, go that way. Don't make yourself wrong for how you're tracking your progress, but do make sure you follow through on the tracking.
You can also be like me and just use a good old-fashioned marker and piece of white paper.
Oh yeah, there is those people who like to like write things on paper. I forget there's still paper and pens.
There's still dinosaurs out here, and we're loving it. And y'all, remember, this isn't about perfection. You're not going for 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10 all 10 times, all right? It's about progress and alignment with your purpose. In fact, I would go on to say, there's no way any of us could focus on all 10 in 1 year, 1 season, 1 quarter, whatever, right? So pick what is important to you for the next 6 to 9 months. Let's get you a strategy in place, right? For your 10 dimensions of wealth. Let's help you redefine your business and life and really think about which dimension of wealth you're going to prioritize next and what are the small steps you can take to align your business with your values. If this episode's it's this one and the one before, all right, resonated with you, we want to open our arms in loving support and help you as a mission-driven business owner cultivate multidimensional wealth while scaling your impact. How do we do that? There are so many ways we are working with clients right now. We are so excited about all the new clients coming into our world. And you can learn more from our Work With Us button at joyfulbusinessrevolution.com.
So, just a quick reminder, don't forget to subscribe, leave us a review, share your reflections with us via email. Like, I would love to get an email from you saying what small step are you taking to align your business with the values and with the dimension of wealth that you're prioritizing. So, feel free to reach out. And until next time, but first, let's redefine wealth and growth with purpose. Talk to y'all later. Bye.
Adios.